Hello and welcome to Nonsense Talk News. I am Palab Ghosh with you. Well, I will start with a quote. I honestly believe that the history will be kinder to me than the contemporary media. For that matter, the opposition parties in parliament. Unquote. These words were spoken by late Dr. Manmohan Singh, the former Prime Minister, whom we lost on Thursday. These words were said by him in 2014 in his last press conference. This was the time actually when India was planning to bring a new Prime Minister. This was the time when BJP was fielding Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi as Prime Ministerial candidate. Well, as I said, Dr. Singh breathes his last at 9:51 p.m. at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi. He was admitted at 8:06 p.m. in the hospital, but doctors failed to revive him and he passed away. He was suffering from various ailments, including the geriatric problems. The first thing that comes to one's mind when we talk of Dr. Manmohan Singh is his simplicity, his honesty. Unfortunately, Dr. Manmohan Singh was targeted, was humiliated, was accused by the mainstream media, apart from his political rivals. He was charged with corruption. And when he was being questioned, when he was being countered, Dr. Singh said these words, and I quote, "I do not believe that I have been a weak Prime Minister." He was always accused of being a weak Prime Minister. He was always accused of not speaking. Some called him Mauni Baba. Some called him Mon Man. So he said that I don't believe that I have been a weak Prime Minister. And the next line he added speaks volumes. He said, given the political compulsions, I have done the best I could do. True. Dr. Manmohan Singh was brought in such a situation when India was facing a political crisis. We journalists were really we are confused. Who was going to become the Prime Minister? Lots of names were coming up. Lots of names. Finally, around afternoon on that day, we had a communique. I won't name everything. I won't divulge the sources. But some of us, we came to know a new name was coming into power. Around evening that day, Manmohan Singh's name was announced by Sonia Gandhi. Everybody had their, it was a mixed response because Dr. Manmohan Singh definitely was a competent man. He had a checkered career. From his alumnus to being an alumnus of Oxford, being an alumnus of Cambridge, and not to forget his stint at the London School of Economics. His teaching in D School or Delhi School of Economics. What a man he was. What a personality. And when he was brought in, his first reaction was, I am not interested in power game. I am rather happy being a teacher. True. Dr. Singh and his family has always been away from politics. Even after so much glamour, so much attention, Dr. Singh never ever mixed the political life with his real life. Not even his daughters. His 3 daughters are well settled, highly qualified. So is his, now widow, his wife, Gusharan Singh. But political compulsions, as Dr. Singh said, compels the political parties, the political politics to come in, brickbat, accuse, abuse. That's politics. So once Dr. Singh said, and I remember, this was one of a moment in which Dr. Singh faced immense embarrassment because of Trinamool Supremo and Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee. I remember that day. We were all prepared for the Teesta Agreement. Teesta Agreement was to be signed. Early morning, we were all prepared that, come on, Teesta Agreement will take place and Dr. Singh will be going to Bangladesh, Dhaka, and Mamata Banerjee will be accompanying him. At the nick of the moment, when everything was settled, everything was to take place, we got a communique that Mamata Banerjee was not accompanying Dr. Singh and the envoy to Bangladesh because she doesn't want to get associated with the political nitty-gritty of Teesta. Huge story, I am not going into this. Well, as I said, Dr. Singh was elected twice as Prime Minister from 2004 to 2014 in the then United Progressive Alliance or UPA government under the chairmanship of Sonia Gandhi. His career was checkered from the former governor of RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Then his stint in Planning Commission and Finance Minister in Narasimha Rao cabinet when he was actually heading the UGC. Some of his bold reforms, key reforms, will be always remembered. One of the bold reforms is definitely the I would like to go through the some of these reforms. End of the license Raj. Industrial licensing was abolished in all but 18 sectors, liberating business from bureaucratic red tape. One of the landmark decision he took, the license Raj was finishing the country, and he stepped in. This was the time actually when he became the finance minister, and India was actually trying to cope up with the massive financial crisis. Encouraging foreign direct investment, FDI. FDI was permitted in 34 industries, opening the economy to global players. Remember, the FDI once had compelled many big companies, many big names, many big brands to move out of this country, including some of the media companies, if you remember. Diversion of the rupee. Now this was another big decision. Everybody was frowning. Well, what he was doing? Some said he is the perfect person to talk about economics. He is economist. So diversion of the rupee, this move boosted export, competitiveness, helping the country's balance of payments. Disinvestment and public sector reforms. State monopolies in several sectors were ended and government stakes in public sector enterprises were reduced. Another landmark decision that he took as finance minister then. And not to forget the trade liberation. Exports controls were removed and import tariffs were slashed. Dr. Singh was trying to bring a new reform. And like every reforms, like every new thing, it had its own teething problems. But he had to face a lot of criticism from then opposition. Well, Dr. Singh's body was kept at his residence and later at the AICC headquarters, and today, on Saturday, he will be cremated with full state honor near Rajghat. An era ends. An era of decent politics, an era of, well, I agree, there are numerous moments when we expected Dr. Singh to speak up, but Dr. Singh remained quiet. When we expect Dr. Singh to react, to fight back, to answer, but Dr. Singh kept silent. Perhaps he has replied in his statement to the press that I just now read to you. The compulsions that he was actually entrusted upon didn't allow him to speak. And like all the medias today, like all the political parties today who are quoting his last expression, his last statement that he gave in the press conference, I am no different. I am no different from the rest of the journalists in my fraternity. I too will sum up with his words that history will be kinder to me. True, today the opposition party, let me be very clear. Today the BJP, the Bharatiya Janata Party, is remembering Dr. Manmohan Singh with full honor, with full dignity. The same BJP had abused Dr. Manmohan Singh once by calling him Moni Baba, calling him Mon Man. Well, in India, when a man is dead, in India, when the man is no more, he becomes a holy cow. He becomes the purest of pure person. That's the tragedy in this country. We abuse, we accuse, we use slang words against the person when he is alive. But as soon as he is dead, as soon as he has left this world for the heavenly abode, he becomes a holy cow. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with Nonsense Talk News. This is Pallab Ghosh signing off.